How did a young kid with no degree, nearly no money, and a terrible childhood end up building one of the most important software empires on Earth and become one of the richest people in history? This is the story of Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle, the rules he broke, the deals he made, and the relentless hunger that turned a tiny startup into a global database powerhouse. Lawrence Joseph Ellison was born in New York City on August 17, 1944, and, unlike many stories of boardroom success, his beginning was messy and complicated. He was given up for adoption as an infant and raised in Chicago by his adoptive aunt and uncle. He later learned he had been born to a single mother and that his biological father was an Italian-American pilot who died during World War II. That early sense of being an outsider, of not fully knowing where he belonged, would quietly shape his appetite for reinvention and risk. School didn't satisfy him long. He attended the University of Illinois and briefly the University of Chicago, but dropped out, moved to California in the mid-1960s, and drifted toward technology work. In California, he landed programming and engineering roles, learning how large systems and memory worked, the kinds of systems that would become the industry's backbone decades later. The combination of being a college dropout, technically curious, and ravenously competitive set the stage for what came next. If success for many tech founders was luck plus timing, Ellison's first years were less Hollywood and more scrappy engineering. After working for companies like Ampex, he and two colleagues, Bob Miner and Ed Oates, saw a future in the ideas being developed at research labs about relational databases, ways to store and query many records efficiently. The insight that data would be the new oil was there, but turning an idea into a reliable product is a different beast. The company that would become Oracle started small and uncertain. Founded in 1977 as Software Development Laboratories, SDL, the trio wrote a relational database inspired by academic work and IBM's experiments. But early days meant living on a shoestring. Customers were nervous, competitors were large corporations, and the business model for enterprise software was still being invented. Their first big customer was a CIA project codenamed Oracle, and the name stuck. Early product compatibility was an early technical stumbling block. Ellison and his team tried to imitate the behavior of IBM's system so customers could easily move and adopt their system. But IBM kept many internal error codes and behavior details private. This forced the Oracle team to build their own path and to fight for every customer, every contract, and every bug fix. An entrepreneurial turning point came when the company made two bold strategic choices: focus on product compatibility with the relational model and then go to market aggressively in the enterprise space. The late 1970s and early 1980s were a window. Corporations were starting to see the value of databases, but the first reliable, commercially supported relational database vendors were scarce. Ellison's Oracle moved fast, iterated on the technology, and sold not only software but the promise of reliability and vendor support. This sold for big enterprise dollars. Another monumental shift: the decision to go public. Oracle went public on March 12, 1986. That IPO gave the company capital, credibility, and a currency, public shares, that could be used for acquisitions and to retain talent. It changed the game. Suddenly, Oracle had the balance sheet to expand, to hire deeply, and to take risks on sales and engineering at scale. But perhaps the most telling decision was Ellison's relentless approach to competition. He was never content to be one competitor among many. He would make Oracle faster, add features, litigate when he saw weakness, and later, when the time came, buy companies rather than let rivals grow stronger. This combative posture would define Oracle's strategy for decades. After the IPO, Oracle's growth was not overnight explosion but sustained, aggressive expansion. The product matured. The sales model evolved into high-touch enterprise deals. Oracle's database became foundational for banks, airlines, governments, and any large organization needing reliable, transactional data storage. Ellison himself was a particular type of CEO, brash, competitive, and media-savvy. He cultivated an image, a billionaire with a playboy lifestyle, a love of sailing, and a taste for large houses and fast cars. But underneath the persona was a leader who pushed engineering timelines, demanded market share, and used acquisitions to neutralize threats. Oracle acquired dozens of companies over the years to build out features and channels. One seismic acquisition that reshaped Oracle was Sun Microsystems. Announced in 2009 and closed in January 2010 for roughly $7.4 billion, the Sun buyout moved Oracle beyond software into hardware ownership, servers, processor designs, and Java stewardship. That move was risky and controversial, particularly in the open-source community, but for Ellison, it was a vertical integration play on the database and the hardware that runs it. It also brought legal headaches and cultural clashes, yet it expanded Oracle's moat. By the 2000s and 2010s, Oracle was a global enterprise powerhouse. It had diversified into middleware, applications, cloud offerings, and on-premise systems, with revenue in the tens of billions in customers across industries. That scale made Larry not just a CEO of a big software firm. He was now one of the most influential figures in tech. Growth also brought criticism. Oracle was often accused of heavy-handed sales tactics, aggressive contract terms, and being unfriendly to open-source communities. The Sun purchase intensified those concerns. Critics feared Oracle would curtail stewardship of Java or neglect open-source projects like OpenSolaris. Ellison's combative public persona sometimes amplified those controversies. In 2014, after 37 years as CEO, Ellison stepped down from the CEO role. He became Oracle's executive chairman and chief technology officer, a move that shifted day-to-day managerial burden away from him while keeping him centrally involved in technology and strategy. COSOS and later new leadership structures took on operational duties, but Ellison's influence at the top of product and cloud strategy remained clear. Ellison's post-CEO era didn't mean retirement. Instead, it signaled a strategic pivot. The industry was moving inexorably to the cloud, and Oracle had to adapt from licensing software installed on customer servers to offering cloud-hosted platforms. That transition is one of the hardest in enterprise tech because it changes everything: product engineering, pricing, sales, and margins. Oracle pursued a mixture of product re-engineering and M&A. It invested heavily to make its own cloud infrastructure competitive while buying companies with specialized capabilities. Through deals ranging from middleware platforms to niche SaaS businesses, Oracle rebuilt a suite of cloud services that could be offered alongside its legacy database products. It was expensive, complicated, and required convincing large customers to migrate their mission-critical systems. Ellison's style here was familiar. If something threatened Oracle's dominance, acquire it or build it better. His long-term vision was not merely to protect the database business, but to make Oracle essential for the cloud-era enterprise, from storage to apps, and from analytics to infrastructure. Larry Ellison became famous not only for his company, but for his outsized personality. He bought islands, raced yachts, including winning America's Cup, collected art, and famously challenged conventions, from corporate fashion, turtlenecks, to corporate strategy. That personal legend did two things. It made him a magnet for media attention, and it hid the harder day-to-day reality: long product roadmaps, millions devoted to R&D, and political battles with competitors. His yacht racing, a rigorous, expensive sport, reinforced his image as someone who accepts only the highest standards and will spend to be the best. It also showcased a private, relentless competitive spirit that paralleled his business approach: win or rework the game until you do. Many tech companies peak and fade. Oracle endured because it played a long game. A few pillars explain the longevity: enterprise contracts and stickiness. Once a bank or airline builds critical systems on Oracle databases, moving vendors is expensive and risky. That stickiness meant stable, recurring revenue. Aggressive sales and licensing. Oracle's sales model emphasized enterprise deals and maintenance fees. The company's approach to licensing and audits has been controversial but effective in maintaining revenue. Mergers and acquisitions. Rather than wait for competitors to develop services, Oracle bought capabilities and brought them inside the fold. The Sun acquisition is the most visible example, but the company has purchased many other firms to fill product gaps. Engineering muscle. Even as the business launched acquisitions, a core engineering pipeline maintained the database's technical lead, with decades of optimizations, security, and enterprise-grade features. These pillars together transformed Oracle from a database vendor to a comprehensive enterprise vendor, guarding its position across cycles and technological shifts. No long corporate saga is without controversy. Oracle faced multiple lawsuits, antitrust concerns, and criticism over open-source stewardship after certain acquisitions. There were debates about whether Oracle's focus on profits led to stiff competition for open technologies, and whether acquisitions like Sun did more harm than good to developer communities. Internally, Oracle's culture was described by some former employees as demanding and unforgiving, an environment that some flourished in and others left. Ellison's public persona, outspoken and sometimes dismissive, made fierce headlines, but it was also part of the combative sales culture that pushed Oracle to be dominant. Larry Ellison's success translated into enormous personal wealth. For decades, he was among the world's richest people, a reflection of Oracle's lasting enterprise value and his large equity position. While wealth rankings fluctuate, Ellison has consistently ranked near the top of global wealth lists, and his financial moves, real estate, investments, philanthropy, have been part of his public narrative. But wealth alone doesn't define legacy. Ellison left a corporate culture, a product philosophy, and a market that learned to expect relentless competition and consolidation. He helped make data management central to modern business. The systems he helped build now run banking systems, hospitals, governments, and infrastructure worldwide. In the 2010s and 2020s, Ellison began to position Oracle not only around databases, but around cloud infrastructure and, increasingly, emerging tech like AI. The message: the database will remain necessary, but it must integrate with cloud-native architectures, AI-driven analytics, and modern application ecosystems. As CTO and executive chair, Ellison advocated for Oracle's second act, a cloud that could host mission-critical workloads with strong performance characteristics. That positioning put Oracle into direct competition with the big cloud providers. It also required a significant rewrite of product economics and a new set of engineering disciplines. What made Ellison different wasn't only technical instincts. It was an attitude to business that mixed obsession with optics, a zero-tolerance approach to being second best, and a willingness to spend to win. He famously said that the way to become a billionaire was to make bold bets and to keep pushing until you win. That competitive streak manifested across yachting, acquisitions, and product bets. To many, Larry Ellison is all contradictions. A college dropout who built a company relied upon by Ivy League hospitals. A hard-charging CEO who also funds art and science. A gladiator in the courtroom who also sailed quietly at night. The truth is more prosaic. He is a relentless optimizer who saw the future of data and refused to yield. Whether you admire his style or question his methods, you cannot deny the scope of what he built. Let's pull out the signal from the story, the lessons that matter whether you're an entrepreneur, a product manager, or someone trying to build something that lasts. Ellison didn't invent a gadget. He built tools for storing and reliably retrieving data at scale, a structural problem that organizations would never stop having. If you want a durable business, solve a problem that's not a passing fad. Early on, Oracle iterated rapidly to find the right enterprise product. After the IPO, it scaled sales and engineering aggressively. That sequence, rapid experimentation followed by disciplined scaling, is a repeatable pattern. Every big acquisition had a strategic motive: fill product holes, neutralize competition, or build capabilities quickly. But acquisitions are also cultural and technical challenges. Ellison's bet to buy Sun was bold and risky. It reshaped Oracle's trajectory, but also brought friction. Ellison gave up day-to-day CEO duties in 2014, but retained strategic control as executive chair and CTO. That's a useful model. Step back from operations while holding the long-route vision and technology roadmap. Oracle's tough sales culture and Ellison's public persona helped drive revenue, but they also created turnover, legal battles, and PR issues. If you scale fast, protect your culture, and guard your reputation. Ellison took decisions that were criticized, from pricing tactics to large acquisitions. But he kept building. That willingness to accept short-term heat for long-term gain is central to many founder stories. Larry Ellison's story is not a recipe you can follow step by step. It's not just luck or personality. It's a long, stubborn insistence that a chosen problem will be solved on your terms, and the courage to spend decades making that true. If the story has a moral, pick a problem as big as you dare, fight hard, and be prepared for the cost of winning.